You know what's funny, Mike, is you keyed on something there. A lot of good instructors. When we talk about like who we want to learn sales from, uh, people think, well, I want to learn sales from a guy that's made $1 million. And when we think about this and we truly look at this for a while, I'll name Bob Horner, Reggie Jackson, and that other hitting sensation, Barry Bonds. These guys all learned from a guy named Lou Brock. Lou Brock never played a day professional baseball in his life, yet probably was one of the best hitting instructors probably of all time. Obviously, I just named three guys there that when they had trouble, they would return to Lou and he would tune them up. Uh, I kind of look at sales like I mean, it's like a professional athlete or a musician. A musician doesn't go to a recital if he hasn't practiced. Sales is the same type of situation. You've got to be fine tuned. You've got to be on your game, and you've got to practice. Guys sit out there say, well, sales is there's natural born salesmen. Throughout the 25 years of my company, I've made salespeople. They weren't born. As a matter of fact, I turned guys that thought they would never sell into salespeople. Um, so again, I think you got my point. I'm sorry that you went to those boring classes. There's a lot of guys out there that profess they know what they're doing, and there's a lot of guys out there that do know what they're doing, but they're just not very good instructors. And again, it goes back to call that instructor personally up and remember that when you're going to a JC level or even a university level, you know, these guys sometimes aren't big ego driven guys like you and I are. And they're there to get the basic necessities that a lot of these guys don't have. A lot of these guys want one line catchphrases. They want a magic bullet, and you and I both know that doesn't exist. It's a campaign of multiple things that you do simultaneously, and sometimes it can be overwhelming for a new guy, and it's a make it or break it situation for him. Uh, you know, you're good at what you do. I'm good at what I do. Can we teach somebody? I can. But like we're saying out there, you go to a lot of poor seminars, and you know I don't recommend a lot of the sales coaches that are currently out there, and that's why I also said that most of the guys that I would recommend are dead, because that's the bottom line truth. A lot of the guys that were out there on the circuit pushing, um, you know, their careers as far as their books and manuals and things like that truly are. They're not around anymore. And I remember going to those. I remember I learned a lot. I learned a lot from those. There was one article in Forbes magazine, and I'm not going to tell the story now because it's Christmas, and it's my responsibility to be cooking breakfast. So I won't be telling the story today. But there's one article in Forbes magazine that probably was a flipping point for my business back in 1996, and I'll tell that story some other time. Hey man, you guys have a good Christmas day.